What's up, guys? I'm Wingzilla. I'm also part of the Gamers of Thought, and I'd like to talk about how the pokedex entries are actually quite normal. I watched a couple videos, and a lot of people agree that the pokedex is quite strange, and how their size, weight, and sometimes some of the entries are a little far-fetched and strange. Get it? Far-fetched? Honestly, it's going to be really far-fetched for the rest of this video, so... Pokemon puns. I find that the Pokedex entries are actually quite true and that they're not off. Let's say you go to the doctor's office and they say, okay, you're 5'11". Yeah, you're 5'11". You're the size of almost a modern day man, so your body's equipped to take in medications and such that you don't normally need if you're a child, like taking 2 aspirin instead of 1. Well, that's a species preference. You can be 5'11", or you can be 6 feet, or you can be any other height in the world. That's, most people just say, oh, a man has to be about 5'11". That's just a species preference. Look at a Dragonite compared to a Pikachu. Some Pikachu are bigger than other Pikachu. It's a species preference in the Pokedex. Remind you again, the Pokedex is an encyclopedia about Pokemon. It's not to be an end-all, be-all, take everything in. Some Pokemon are bigger than others. Some Pokemon are tinier than others. Like in the episode where Ash and Misty and Brock were at Bill's lighthouse at the Cape, and that giant Dragonite appeared. That was just a giant Dragonite. It's one of the biggest in its species. Like us human beings have the world's tallest man and the world's shortest man. Every Pokemon is made individually, such as their EVs and IVs. Well, they're IVs. The EVs you can get through effort, so they're IVs. Each Pokemon has its own species preference. Now, the entries... I hate to say this, but a lot of kids don't play Pokemon these days. I mean, some do. I'll give it about a handful. Some do. Most of it is from kids who played Pokemon were adults now. Back then they were kids, now they're adults. People really run the entire company. Okay, so let's say you want a preference in a game. Nintendo might put it in there, kind of like Barnacle. The fan base kept it alive and controlled it. Nintendo's keeping a grasp on it, but sometimes let us say what we want. Thus, when people get older, Nintendo sees this, it's getting a little bit darker. I mean, you go into some of the cities in the X and Y in the Kalos region, and you give your Pokemon to some old man, and he dies. No human being ever in any of the Pokemon games has died yet. And in the episode X and Y where you meet Esper, its original owner and caregiver, it died. It comes back. And it saw that she was dead, so they got the daughter of the original woman who took care of it to bring it to the cemetery and put a flower next to the tombstone, which was purple, might I add. Which is just strange, because Esper's kind of cute. It's staring at me. Its eyes are just huge, staring at me. Esper, go away. Not now. Go away. Sorry. If anyone knows, it's coming for me. My closet, staring at me in my closet. I'm scared of Esper. But we can understand why. Because an old woman that it was caregiving died.